this book was like a really important moment. I really like the cover. I do judge the book by its cover. It's just, I like it. It's red and it says solo. In the summer holidays before my final year in college, I was very conflicted about what will I do. So this was kind of my thinking book. That summer I finished the whole book in every page, and it was really letting loose. This is like the opening. There must have been a poem, but all I can read, because I obliterated or redacted every other word, it says, good stars tie new each destiny, mad artist, human heart, fascination, restless, storms, waiting sunrise. And that's it. I will look into you and I will take what I read and I will play it back to you as a record of that reading. My name is Srabani Ghosh and my nationality, I'm British. My telling of my stories is with patterns of my memory of missing home, and missing home is India and my grandmother's and my mother's stories and their saris, and this plays out in the vocabulary of my pattern making. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I like listening, or I have an open heart, or I come from a background where we don't judge. People share their lives with me. Why did I become an artist? The answer would be, I'm still finding out. My mum was very creative. My uncle was a very, very famous teacher at a very, very famous art college in India. On a school day, I'll wake up, everyone will go to work and school, and then I am Buddhist. This is very much something that is grounded within my life's practice. So I must chant for half an hour before I start my work. And this is very important for me to arrive at the right life state, to be able to channel the best of me and to connect with people in a way I can tell their story. Then I will go in the studio, and what the studio is depends on the day. So I have a very strange studio setup. I have studios at home. So I have a ceramic studio and a paper studio. Sometimes I start with ceramics and end with paper, or vice versa. I won't compromise on time or quality. This is very much, so if I need to say, okay, I need to stop, give ceramics a pause, because in winter, for example, if you work too fast, the work will collapse. So having two mediums works really, really well. And I'm very lucky to have practice patrons who are Brickyard, called H.E. Matthews, who are in Buckinghamshire, about 40 minutes drive from my home. And this is where all the green ceramics, so not dried, leather hard, travel by car, my orange jazz, called Millie, to Buckinghamshire. And they arrive at the Brickyard, and they are my patrons, and they have been since university. And this is where my work is fired and glazed, and where I want to make big work or work that cannot travel. I work in the yard, and they are like my family and friends, and they sustain my practice. If I'm working in the yard, they are incredibly respectful. Once I start work, they will never question or interrupt. And when I get to the yard and there's a big, green, delicate, raw piece of work, which I have been working on for weeks, they unload it, and I have never lost anything. They treat my work better than I would. My work is entirely about, for most part, about emotion. So my early work is very much pot-like. In college, I was doing a lot of screen printing for ceramics because I had the facilities. When I left, I didn't have this facility. I had one box of black slip and a bag of clay. The end. So I decided to raise my funds And the only way I could put mark on ink was with black slip. You could still tell that I was not a potter. From there, my work started getting more contextualized. I started building narratives beyond personhood into being influenced with what was going on in the news. And then that has progressed. The skill with mark making has evolved. I know what I'm doing. There's still a lot of intuitive work in the forms that I make, but the work is definitely more rounded, more refined, and I'm able to push the medium and the vocabulary and the narrative much more because of my understanding and my feeling for the material. In the end game, I want to take people's breath away, and it's towards this I work. It's instinct that tells you when a work is finished and when a work is not finished, and when the work actually needs to be consumed by your action. So there's been a work that actually took 3 goes to make, and every time she rose from nothing, it was an incredible form. But it was only the 3rd time she stood, and I have to respect that. I saw Heike's video about fresh legs, and something about her captivated me. I thought to myself, oh, she's never going to choose me. I said, you know what the hell, I'm just going to have a go. And literally with 6 minutes to spare, I was scrambling around. I submitted something. It was 2 pieces, and I forgot about it. And then I went to India. I had forgotten about all of this. I landed, switched on my phone, and this was the first thing I saw that I had been selected for Fresh Legs. And Fresh Legs was my first European outside the UK show. So for me, and will all time be, a very important moment. It's been so amazing to come to this gallery, which is nothing like I've ever been to. The standard of work is so high. To be with other artists, to be with interns, to be with Heike, to stay at the residency. And it's come at a time where I really needed that sustenance. The sustenance to know there are people out there like this, and that I am now in this moment identified with a group of artists who are so dedicated, so skilled, and have the same passion for what they do as I do.